Riri for real and Auntie Riri for real, because I ain't got on. This is a no makeup, no nothing morning. So blessings to you all. But y'all, I had to get on here before doing anything else on my ride to work to say this once again. Amber Ty. If y'all know Amber Ty, once again, can you tell Amber Ty she done made me cry this morning? It's been, I can name at least 4 skits since I've been watching the skits that have truly made me cry. Like, break down cry, and have touched my soul. This morning was one of them. And this wasn't one where, I can't explain it, y'all. For those of you who haven't been following my page long, I've been very transparent about, in 2024, I almost broke your girl. Like, literally. I had a good job, making almost $90,000 a year, and to some that might not be a lot, but there was a lot to me, amen. I was a supervisor. I had just rented this beautiful home. I was living the good life, you know. I was going out 2-3 times a week and kicking it and clothes. Oh, and I had lost 62 pounds from the previous year. So I was what some people would call living my best life. And then I lost my job. When I lost my job, I lost my home, I lost my car, I lost my friendships. But there was one person in my life that I love more than anybody. She was a sister, she was a friend, she was family. And it broke me when our friendship ended. And I feel like the way it ended, I really truly felt wronged. Looking back on it, I could have done some things differently, but in the midst of losing everybody, there was one person I never thought that I would lose, and it broke me. It broke my spirit. It broke my spirit to a sense that I held on to it for a long time. I asked for the apology. I asked, tell me why you did what you did. Tell me why you treated me like you treated me when I needed you the most. And she was going through some things too. But we could have talked about it. I'm the type of person, I tell people all the time, I'd rather you hurt me with the truth than make me feel good with a lie. And I'm going to repeat that. I'd rather you hurt me with the truth than make me feel good with a lie. And this went on for like years. I would lash out, and I didn't let anybody close to me for a long time. 2024 broke my spirit, y'all. It broke my spirit, and it took me to some dark places. And those, again, who've been following me since the beginning, or those who know me from other social media formats or from other podcasts I've been on, you know how it broke me. It took me to a dark place. I won't talk about that this morning. Because this morning I want to talk about the power of forgiveness. For a long time, for over a year, I longed for an apology that I didn't get. I longed for a one-on-one meeting that I didn't get. And just like Amber this morning, sometimes it comes when you didn't plan for it, you didn't expect it. Like, I had seen the person at an event once before. I spoke, but it was a dry speak. We even had, in the thick of it, a semi-altercation one time. And it was this past Christmas, 2025. There I was again, faced with this person in front of me. And you know how you see people and you hug everybody, and I was a little tipsy. You know, I consciously went tipsy to the event because I knew that I was going to potentially see that person. One of the reasons I didn't potentially go to Thanksgiving this year like I normally do was for that reason. Unforgiveness, even though I thought I needed an apology from her, more than anything, I needed to forgive the situation. I needed to let it go because it ate me up. I never forget in 2025, no, it was still 2024, I had an interview for a job making over $100,000 a year. I nailed that interview. Can't nobody tell me I didn't actually. I nailed the interview. Amen. Very big company. But God let me know when it was down to me and another person. God let me know you didn't get that job because you don't have forgiveness in your heart. It has nothing to do about your skill set or your ability. You don't have forgiveness in your heart. You have not forgiven that person in your life. And if I give you this job, you're going to boast about it. You're going to feel like, you talked about me. Whoever talked about me, whoever seen me during my down moment, I'm up now. I was going to be arrogant. I was going to be, even though I went into it praying, I went into it from a place of humbleness, God knew I wasn't ready for that because I had not forgiven that person in my heart. Fast forward 2025, so I'm faced with this person again in front of me. And I hug everybody, and I get to that hug. And I'm thinking I'm going to give a passive a little weak hug and keep it moving, like I seen you and blah, blah, blah. But she hugged me and she wouldn't let go. And a part of me, kind of pushed her off me a little bit, say, it's going to be a misunderstanding. A part of me, I felt like it's going to be a misunderstanding, y'all. She don't let me go, because I felt like I had always said if I seen her, because I had opened up the door for us to have a conversation several times, one-on-one, without other people being around, I had told myself that she better not try to talk to me, wait till we get in front of family or something, because this, that, and the third. But in that moment, she hugged me, and in typical Riri fashion, I started crying. Now, I'm going to tell you something about counsels, the sign council, zodiac council. When we cry, it's not necessarily a good thing. Amen. When we cry, it's one or two things. Somebody done passed away. We generally feel hurt. Or it's about to pop off. It's about to be a big misunderstanding. It's finna be a misunderstanding. Amen. So that first cry was the first tear that dropped was kind of like misunderstanding tear. And then that other one dropped, where I remembered the hurt. I remembered all of those things. And then she whispered in my ear and she said, "You hurt me too." And in that moment, again, misunderstanding rose back up. And I was like, how you say I hurt you? The door was always open. If you feel like I hurt you, I've always been that person where you could have told me. You didn't have to treat me sideways. You didn't have to, do me dirty. You could have told me that. You didn't have to wait and let it build up or whatever it is that you feel like. And I knew what it was. And it was something beyond my control. It was nothing I did intentionally to hurt the person. It was nothing I did maliciously to hurt the person. It was just life. And before I knew it, I was at that third level of crying where I remembered all the good times we shared. I remembered, was this incident, was our disagreement, was our fallout, was it enough to negate everything that we had been through as friends and family. And it wasn't. Even though I had said I had forgiven before, even though I said I had let go before, I hadn't. This morning, Skit with Shayla. Just like that hug surprised me where she didn't let go, I wasn't expecting it. So my initial reaction was misunderstanding. Amber's initial, I seen, that's why I say, that Amber Ty, heifer, she's a good actress. And I don't know if she pulled that from a real life situation or not. But I felt that first stage, because I felt that first stage in real life. And then that second phase where you just like, I loved you, heifer. And I think she looked at Shay like, I loved you, heifer. Forgiveness will come, y'all. All y'all who Shayla haters and all that, I wasn't expecting those words to come from my mouth. At first I was like, oh God, she going in the wrong direction. She making it be about Kai. You need to apologize for what you did. This ain't about Kai. Amen. And then she went on to say, you were my best friend. You didn't deserve that. I wasn't expecting that from Shayla. I was not. But y'all, as I stated in my commentary I did like a month ago, all of you who have so much hate in your heart for that character, now what? Now that she has given us apology, she's given us more than what we thought she was going to give as far as the apology is concerned. Are y'all going to focus on her stating, thank you for Kai. Oh, she just doing it because she babysit Kai. Yeah, I'm speaking from a real life perspective, from a real life person. In order for Amber to grow, in order for Amber to strive, in order for Amber to move on with her life, she has to accept that apology. In order for Shayla to receive her karma now. This is the first, for those of you who say she's not getting karma and she didn't get karma. Y'all, this is the first phase. I told y'all over a month ago. Redemption. In the process of redemption, you have to at first acknowledge that you did something wrong and know what you did was wrong. And that's what Shayla did this morning. So, I'm not, we can agree to disagree. I agree to disagree with whomever. But that was good enough for me. And now we will see the road of, that ain't it, Shayla. It's more to come. Now her karma can come, truly. Because she done acknowledged what she did was wrong. She's asked for the sincere apology. Now, we can start the process of karma. Because karma can't come until you acknowledge what you did was wrong. That has to happen first. I would even beg to say some people who still would look at this in a negative way is that maybe just a negative person. Maybe you've never had to be on either end, whether it was Amber end or Shayla end of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a process and it's not easy. It's not easy to say I'm sorry and it's not easy to forgive. It's a process. Some people will say Amber was wrong by sending Shayla out through the door. She wasn't. Now Amber has to process. That's why we got the little song. Amber now has to process the apology. She has to process it. She has to relive everything that was done wrong. Everything that was did to hurt her. She has to relive that now. So again, for the Shayla haters and the whoever haters, everybody been saying, Jesus ain't popping. And the skits this and the skits that. Man, these skits are so real life right now. And I can tell you that I've seen through the course of the years, I've been watching since the beginning, since 2019. You're not talking to somebody who just started watching with the Amber Anthony and Anthony skit, the AAS disorder. I've been watching from the beginning. And the realism the real life aspect of these skits. Amber Ty, girl, I'm gonna give you your flowers, and I ain't kissing butt because I still want to be the maid. Amen. Or walk on or whatever. I'm not kissing butt, girl. That episode this morning was excellent. I give you your flowers, and I look forward to see what the next step would be, because these skits are people are absolutely dealing with this. I'm telling you, Christmas, that person didn't go and have a baby with my husband, but that level of forgiveness, just like that scene, it's been 3 or 4 scenes, like I said, in Skit Atlanta, that really made me cry. When Angelina took all her clothes off and she did the prayer, even though she went back to her old ways, that made me cry. When Amber had on the blue jogging suit, and it was her and her sister, and she been talking to her sister, what's going on with that, Amber? But her and Amanda were in the kitchen, and she was talking about forgiveness. When she prayed for Shayla on the porch, I was in the thick of my unforgiveness then. But she prayed for Shayla on the porch, and she just said, God bless her right now. Touch her right now. Even though she could have been hateful in that moment or boast in that moment because Anthony had came back home, she prayed for Shayla. That made me cry. So, you guys, the skits are for entertainment. They are. But they also have a spin of real life to it. And if you get the message from it, I promise you, it's a blessing in them. It really is. But that's been my scope on this morning's skit and how it touched me. And I think forgiveness will come. But karma gonna come first. This was step 1, y'all. I said it 2 months ago. This is step 1. Before your karma can't come until you acknowledge what you did was wrong. And I'm going to repeat that. Karma cannot come in a person's life until they acknowledge what they did was wrong. Because you don't feel, if karma come and you don't think you did nothing wrong, then you'll call it something else. You'll call it life. You'll call it, oh, that was going to happen anyway. But when you acknowledge the wrong that you did, that's when karma comes. I still feel like Amber will be the one to save Shayla when she really, really has her break. And I think the thing with Amon will really break her. Because will she question God? Will she say, God, why? I apologize to Amber. I've been trying to do the right thing. Amon not married. God, why did you do this to me? And there were times in my life when I lost everything in 2024, not that long ago. And I can't even say now. I go back to that Tyler Perry message. And y'all say what y'all want about it. I'm looking at the message. When he said, I never failed in my life. And I look back, really, I got to stop saying that 2024 was a loss. It was actually a birth. It was a birth. Because it let me see who was there, who wasn't. But I needed that. I needed that pain because I was on the wrong. I thought when you think you have everything you need, you don't acknowledge God as much. You don't pray as much. You don't seek him as much. You put your hope and your prayers into people and not things. Even this car I'm driving now, it was given to me by an unlikely person. I still paid him something on it, but at the time, it was given to me. I paid it later. Unlikely person. Unlikely person. The person you didn't expect, the person that I thought in the past had did me wrong. God will put the right people in your life at the right time. Never look at anything as a loss. Never look at any friendship as they did me wrong. It's all lessons. And if you don't get nothing else from the skit this morning, I pray that somebody who may be living in unforgiveness, that they forgive today, this weekend. Go to that person, talk to that person, get their side of the story, whatever it takes. But understand that whether you're the person asking for forgiveness or you're the person that's asking to be forgiven, it's a process. It's not going to happen in one visit. It's not going to happen in one hug. It's a process. But if you can get through it, if you can allow yourself and your heart to heal, everything will work out. It's been Ride to Work to Riri, and I might even go back, y'all, and do the actual, I don't do the videos much, but I may actually do the video with this, just to really break it down, the emotion, each scene, the facial expression, everything. It's not going to happen overnight, y'all. I've been saying it's slow cooking. It's going to take time. All right, I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later. It's been Auntie. Ride to Work with Riri. I'm finna go live now. Bye.